Hello, my name is Nelson. In order to demonstrate how to build a great system that can last indefinitely through time and technology changes, we need to answer the following questions. What is Rintagi Platform? How does it work? How come theoretically it can last forever? All this will be answered by this short video. We shall start by some basic constructs of a database application. Give an overview of the Rintagi functionalities, then explain in details the following. Building an application, changing an application, rejuvenating an application. Along the way, we will illustrate how Rintagi is essentially just another database application it generates. Yes, it is being generated and constantly regenerated too. As a result, more advanced codes can be generated over time, not only to the application Rintagi builds, but also to the Rintagi platform itself, keeping both the platform and its generated applications on the cutting edge of technology. A database application is a computing program whose primary purpose is entering, transforming, and retrieving data from a database. It has a user interface that you can see and interact with. It has a computation layer that you cannot see, which transforms data entered or retrieved. It has the data store that stores the transformed data we called information. Rintagi has three major functionalities: building an application, changing an application, and rejuvenating an application. There are four major steps in building an Rintagi application. Determine what the application should do, then specify the requirements via drag and drop and metadata capturing. The metadata is similar to the DNA of a human being. With this DNA, Rintagi would be able to wipe out and regenerate all the existing source code for the application in seconds. Source code needs to be compiled into object code in order for the application to run efficiently. To make any changes, just modify the DNA and regenerate the source code. Last but not least, Rintagi is being updated weekly, if not daily. The latest version of Rintagi can be used to regenerate source code with the latest technology. Let's use an example to illustrate how a database application is built and how Rintagi is essentially just another application it generates. This simple database application captures user information and uploads headshot. The Save button will save the information to the database. This screen you see is the user interface. From now on, we shall refer to this application as target application. Rintagi Platform has a user interface too. Note how similar they are with reference to the target application screen. The only differences are the content and the purposes they are serving. The Rintagi Development Platform is a database application that captures the target application's specification data as metadata, or the DNA. The Save button will save the information to the database for the automated generation of source code. It is important to know that Rintagi Platform is just one of the many applications it creates. Yes, it generates source code for itself. Now let's contrast the target application that the Rintagi Platform generates and the platform itself, starting with the purpose. The target application captures user information for various users and references versus the Rintagi Platform captures application's information for the purpose of creating that application. Both applications are capturing data for a designated purpose. Note how similar the user interface are for the target application and the Rintagi Platform. Both applications have visual elements on the screen to capture required elements. The target application captures user information while the Rintagi Platform captures application's information. The Rintagi Platform captures not only the data as metadata or DNA for the target application, but also metadata for the platform itself. The previous user interfaces are something you can see and interact with. This computation layer is something you cannot see that transforms data. The target application uses business rules and data capture to perform certain things, such as pull up headshot for selected user. The Rintagi platform uses business rules and the data capture to perform certain things, such as source code generation. Both applications have business rules governing the use of its own data. The data on the target application is user information. The data on Rintagi platform happens to be the DNA required for the source code generation of the target application. A database is needed to store data, and that is the data store. It stores transformed data on structured tables. In the target application, tables are created in the database to store user information. In Rintagi platform, tables are created to store applications information as metadata. Both applications have tables in the database to capture data for their own unique purposes. Instead of writing code directly, Rintagi is an application that captures the specification of the target application as metadata and generates source codes based on that. For the target application, the Rintagi platform captures the sizes, the position, characteristics, and interactions for each field of this application's user interface as metadata. For the Rintagi platform captures the size, position, characteristics, and interactions for each field of this platform's user interface as metadata. Both applications' metadata govern the behavior of each field on the respective user interfaces. With this information and some predetermined business rules, the source code of the respective screens can be generated. The source code is programming statements that human can read or modify via a text editor. That is, by reading the source code, you can understand how everything works in your application. The source code is also needed for modification, either manually through a text editor or via Rintagi's generation and regeneration. In order for the application to run efficiently, the source code must be compiled into object code. The object codes contain a sequence of instructions that only the computer processor can understand, but difficult for a human to read or modify. As soon as any of the metadata is changed, all the source code of the application program would be removed and regenerated from scratch based on the latest changes within seconds. That is not possible with things that involve physical materials such as building a house, but Rintagi can do that because code is essentially virtual. Millions of lines of source code can be recreated within 1 second. Since Rintagi is self-generated, in order for it to introduce new technology to its generated applications, it must generate its own source code with the technology first. The architecture ensures all bugs are eliminated well before it reaches other applications that Rintagi generates. All generated code would be replaced in its entirety by newly generated code. As a result, Rintagi has the ability to stay current on new technology theoretically, keeping both the platform and its generated applications on the cutting edge of technology. Source code of generated application is standard code that can be modified without Rintagi if absolutely necessary. However, it is highly recommended that you only use Rintagi to regenerate the source code in order that later versions of Rintagi may continue to deliver rejuvenation services to your applications. These are the takeaways. Rintagi builds applications from metadata or DNA, not direct coding. Rintagi changes applications via metadata changes. New source code is generated automatically. Rintagi platform is superior to other platforms because it is built and rebuilt the same way. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we shall study some of the winning aptitude I found useful in delivering mission-critical database applications. Robocoder has been using them over a decade and delivered numerous award-winning applications.